This is our assignment. It will be all about Crew AI Flow. Flow, the class Flow, implements workflows in Crew AI, and through this exercise, I want to demonstrate how to use Flow and how to use all the decorators that you can use to manipulate the flow. I don't want to implement agents here because I want to keep it as basic and simple as possible, because there are a couple of new concepts in flow that I want you to understand before mixing up flow and agents and crews. What I want you to do here is a simple game flow. So we're going to simulate a game flow. Essentially, there are going to be three main steps that I want you to implement. We will start with the start session. So we're going to start this game session. And then with a random choice from Python, we're going to decide if the player wins or loses. At this point, we're routing this information. So we're taking the output from the state and we're routing the information to two functions that are going to display the final result. These two functions are basically listening to this router, and based on what we're going to send from the router, which can be win or lose, we're going to take different actions. These two actions are basically displaying these two different results. And the idea of this project is to demonstrate the usage of start, router, and listen. That's pretty much it. So we are going to focus on these decorators, which are really powerful. Let's move to the implementation. We know the requirements, we know what to do. Now it's time to put in practice. And this will be about flow and state management at the same time. But it's important that you know how to use flow, because it's a very crucial feature in Crew AI, and it's something that I use very often in my projects. By the way, I created this file for you, GameFlow, and close to our old recipe recommendation system. What do we need? First, we need the flow. So from Crew AI flow, we import the flow, and we also import the listen, the router, and the start. So this is because we need to, if you remember what we have to do, this is all about printing the outcome from the player, which is a random choice between true and false. We have a function that is routing based on this output. We have a method that is routing an answer that can be win or lose to two different methods in order to print congratulations or game over. And to do this, we need a listen, which is what we use to listen to a specific output. And then we need a router, which is what we use to basically route based on the execution of another method. We use route to basically literally route the output to some other methods that are listening to that specific output. And then the start is what we use for the method that starts the flow. Definitely way easier when you use it compared to when you have to explain these decorators. And then we need the Pydantic base model, because we said that flow is using Pydantic. Why Pydantic? If you don't know, Pydantic the concept behind Pydantic is very simple. Pydantic is for data validation. So let's say you have a base model, you have some data types, like you have a data that is a phone number. We are sure that the data that are going into that specific variable is actually a phone number and not something else. That's pretty much it. It's all about data validation. By using Pydantic in Crew AI flow, we're basically ensuring that the data that we're passing to the data structures behind are always correct, and we're not going to create problems. All right, so we also said that we want to save the state. The state that we want to save is the information about the outcome of the game. So we can call it something like game session, perhaps game session, which is based on base model. And then let's say player 1. This is a boolean and is by default equal to false. What am I doing here? You don't have to waste too much time on this. This is pure Pydantic. But if you check the official documentation of CrewAI, you will also see that whenever you have to create the state, you need to do it in this way. So I'm not doing anything custom. I'm almost literally following the documentation. But once again, this is not really about CrewAI, but it's more about Pydantic. Now let's move to our class. This is the class that defines the flow, and we call it simply game flow. Game flow is, of course, based on flow, but in addition to it, we want to also tell it, we want to pass to it which flow state, which state, where we're going to save the information about the state, and we're going to save them in the state that we just created. And that's it. So we're basically done with the state part, because the state is there, we created it, and now we just have to use it. Now, how do we start the flow? We need the decorator start, which is the decorator that we use for the first method that we're going to execute, because we need to give the information to CrewAI flow about which method is the first method that is going to be executed. And we simply do it with start, and we define the method. We call it start game or begin game, it's even better. All right. Now here we basically start this game session. It has to be something simple, so we don't want to do anything special or literally related to games. So we just print a message and we say starting the game session. That's it. Now we want to basically simulate the outcome of this game, and we do it with random. So we just select a random choice between, so we do player outcome equal to random choice, and here we select a random boolean value between true and false, and that's it. That's why we need a random. All right, so now we have our answer, which is true or false based on the random, and we want to update our state. Why do we want to do that? Because this is the scope of this player outcome variable, is the scope of this function, and no one else knows what's outside of what's the value of player outcome whenever you are outside of this method. So we need to save the state. So we start from this method, and then once we get this random value, we want to save it in our state. How do we do it? As we said, we have the state. So now the state is part of the flow, so we can just call it with self state player one. We even get the suggestion. Why do we get the suggestion? Since it's something that we define, because of Pydantic. So IntelliJ understands that we have created a Pydantic state in this case, and we passed it to the flow. That's pretty much it. And now here we assign to player one the outcome of the random choice. And that's it. This can be a real game, whatever you want. In this case, we're just simulating the outcome of the game. We save this outcome in our state, and we're done. At this point, we have the outcome saved in the state, and we need to do something with it, because we said we want to print congratulations or game over. But how do we continue? Well, we know that there is something which is called router that can be used to basically route the outcome of one function to something else. How do we do it? We call router, and we define a new method which is checkOutcome. This checkOutcome is a simple function that is checking the state, and when we check the state, we do something. So self state player one. If self state player one is equal to true, we do something, and if it's equal to false, we do something else. What do we want to do exactly? Well, we want to route this to another function. By the way, we forgot to specify the begin start. So once the begin start is completed, we will move to this function, and then we want to route the output of this function to something else. We can say win, else return lose. All right. Now we have this function listening to the first function, and then we have also this function routing something that is win or lose. But routing to what exactly? Well, we have to create the functions, the methods that are going to fetch win or lose. How do we do it? We do it with listen, as we saw in the module 2. So now we call listen, and what are we listening to? We are waiting for win. So whenever we listen win, we hear, we can say win, we are executing celebrate win, something like just print congratulations. That's it. Otherwise, what if we get lose? Well, we create another method that is listening to that string, listen lose. Easy. Dev console loss. All right. And same thing, we print game over. Perfect. And now we are pretty much done, because this is how the flow is built. As I said, it's important that we don't start with crews and flows in the same project, because also flow has a lot of concepts that you need to understand before moving into more complex scenarios. Just to recap, what do we have here? We have our state, we have the definition of our game flow, which is based on flow, and we decide to pass our custom state, which has player 1 inside, which is the result of the game. We have begin start, where we start the game and we get the output of the outcome of the game. We save the game into the state, and then once this execution is done, this other method is going to be called. And when we call this method based on the state will route two different outcomes, win or lose. Then we have two different methods, one listening for the win, one listening for the lose. And that's it. And now what we have to do is just calling the flow, game flow, and flow kickoff. That's it. It's time to execute it. Let's see if everything is fine. This is game flow, game over. What happened exactly? Well, as we said, we have an outcome, a random outcome from here, and based on that, we're gonna route win or lose. And in this case, what we did was routing lose, and we got the message game over. We can try again. Now we got the message congratulations. You can try one more time, congratulations. So as you can see, is actually random. Perfect. So once again, this is something quite new in Crew AI, but very powerful. And I suggest you to have a look at the official documentation so you can also see how to create more complex flows. But pretty much what you need to know about flow is what you see here. The next step is to integrate flows and crews to create real multi-agents flow. For now, I hope everything was clear. We reached the end of the course. But before closing, I want to do a very quick recap, because we have seen a lot of different concepts. And of course, it's important to keep in mind that Crew AI as a framework has a lot of things to offer, and we cannot really stop here. Please keep in mind that, as I said before, things are changing very fast. So keep an eye on the documentation and perhaps try to implement something similar to what we have seen in the recipe recommendation or the marketing research. I hope you did enjoy this course. Thank you.
What an exciting learning journey has this been. You have successfully built your very own recipe recommendation and marketing researcher agents using Crew AI. Now the next step is up to you. Do you want to dive deeper into the Crew AI framework to master every detail? Or are you ready to branch out and discover the potential of other frameworks like Autogen and LangGraph. Whichever path you choose, you will take significant strides in your journey to become an AI agent expert. Keep exploring and experimenting with agents.